Hi, welcome back to our channel. Today we want to share some tips for you, when it comes to
recession.
So this is a very big word and probably in most of our mind, because you probably know that for the last quarter of 2022, everyone talks about this word. Recession is coming, recession is hitting in the next 6 months, 9 months. So honestly speaking, no experts know when recession is going to hit.
Yeah.
In a sense, really nobody know, right? So if you don't know something, let's say like bad things is going to happen to you, what you should do is really to
get prepared.
Yes, because it's like this Chinese saying, right? 未雨绸缪.
Correct. You don't wait until it happens, then you start to do something.
Yeah.
That's too late.
Yeah, it's too late. But of course, we want to encourage you, assuming a recession is hitting now, and you are not prepared. So you can actually take small baby steps. So that you are in a better shape than before, right? If you are hearing this and recession is not here yet, then start taking action today for yourself and your family. Okay, so we have listed out 7 steps that you can do for yourself.
Yep.
So let us go through this together. So the first step will be
prioritize your expenses. So what is the first thing that you need every month? Get that sorted. Most probably it will be your basic needs. Don't tell me it's your in-game items, okay? Don't buy your in-game items just to survive the month.
Yeah. Because he actually has a friend who spends about 30% of his monthly income on just in-game expenses.
Oh my god.
Which is, I don't know.
Imagine a 3K income. You are spending about almost 1K on in-game items.
Yeah.
How are you gonna survive, man?
Yeah.
Are you eating the in-game items? No, ma. And what if the game go out of service in 3 years or 5 years?
Yeah, you can then of course you can cut down on unnecessary expenses like for example, let's say if you go to a pub, to drink. Maybe instead of going to a pub to drink, drink together with your friends at home, right? Because the wines are cheaper. That can reduce your expenses also. You can still enjoy wine. I'm not asking you not to enjoy wine, but of course, look for other ways to reduce the expenses, right? Then, by prioritizing your expenses, then the second step is actually to
it's closely linked to expenses.
to
create a budget.
Yeah, create a budget. Right. Then, of course, creating a budget is as simple as like, let's assume that you're going to spend 30% of your income in terms of your necessity. Then at least today you need to know like, okay, how much of your income is going there, assuming 30% is your target.
Yeah.
Right? Then over months gradually come down, but of course don't beat yourself up when you don't hit the 30%. So at least tell yourself that, okay, if I hit more than 35% or about 35%, I'm okay. I'm not going to be angry. I'm going to stick to it, because at the end of the day, no point creating a budget if you don't intend to stick to it.
Correct.
Okay. But of course, when I'm talking about sticking to it, it's like not like dying, be very rigid about it. You can be a bit more flexible in that sense. Then the third thing is really important, which is
build an emergency fund.
Yeah.
Why? Because if there's a change in your employment status, no more income, where's your money gonna come from?
Yeah.
How are you gonna survive?
Yeah.
So what's the rule of thumb for your emergency fund?
Like about 3 to 6 months of your living expenses.
So don't tell me you are going to spend on in-game items again.
But of course, if you are someone that have not started building one, let's build one today. In 3 months' time, hit that 3 months monthly expenses, right? If you already have one, then I might even suggest that add another 3 months today, because we really do not know, or nobody know how that recession will look like. So better to have more than less. Okay, so really up to you. But of course, there are people who have more than 9 months. So at the end of the day, I think 6 to 9 months is actually quite appropriate for a recession in that sense. Depending on you are a single, you are a family owner, family or family individual, or you are a business owner in that sense. So at least you need to calculate what's the amount to stay afloat for you and your whatever that you are doing for yourself. Okay, then the fourth thing is look for a way to increase your income, right? or even upgrade your skill set. Right? By upgrading your skill set, you may even get promotion, look for better opportunities, or even maybe even change to an industry, because certain industry at this moment may not be doing very well. You can move to industry that might be doing better in the next 5 to 10 years, in a sense. So these are steps that you can take for yourself. Then the next one is actually be strategic about your debt.
You can be strategic about your debt. Like if you have a high interest debt, right, you better pay it off fast. Because credit cards, a lot of people do not know, or like they're just blinded. They think they can just borrow the money, use that money, and then just pay back the same amount. But actually there are interest. It will be incurred. So always be very, make sure that you keep track of your high interest debts. Pay it off as soon as possible. As for low interest debts, maybe for your housing loans, you can always try to manage it and then make sure that you can pay little by little every month.
Then again, it's like be mindful of those like like buy now and pay later scheme, because you might overspend. At the end of the day, you do not know that you actually spend so much money.
Correct.
After end of the month, or even those like interest free installments. Those kind of scheme might really choke up your expenses also. So really be conscious of how you spend your money. So do spend your money wise during this period. And because you also need to understand, the moment is if there is any late payments on, let's say, your credit card, right, it will actually be recorded. And the other banks will be aware if they retrieve your, let's say, your credit ratings. And if your credit rating is so low until a certain level, right, banks may not actually issue any credit to you, like give you credit cards, or even like they might not even want to lend money to you.
They might shadow ban you, then without you knowing. Then every time you go to a different bank, they always reject your application.
Then the reason why is really because your credit score is not doing well, in a sense. So do be mindful of it. Don't let this recession affect you over the long term. Right? So really over prepare. It's always, other than being prepared, right, there's no harm to be over prepared in that sense. Then the next one is actually staying informed, because if you stay informed with the current economic news or trends, you are able to make better
informed decisions
with your finances also. Right. So one scenario that we can tell you is
the GST. Okay, last year was 7%. This year 8%. Next year 9%. Wow, you are climbing a 1% ladder each year.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. But so you can start to plan if you want to get something this year. Try to get it. 1% of high big ticket item is a lot.
It's still money for you to be used for better means.
Maybe you can go travel when the recession is over. If there is a recession.
Then like we were talking about interest rate again just now. Now it's pretty high comparing to the last 10 years of our historical data. Then maybe instead of using, let's say, floating interest rate mortgage, you can actually go into a fixed rate. Right? Like I have a friend recently thinking of buying a HDB. So I actually suggested to him, like, of course, please do your own due diligence. It's probably your best time at this moment to use HDB loans, which is currently at 2.6%. Comparing if you go to the bank, it's at 3%. So what I'm telling you is, before you go into like all these interest paying instruments, right, make sure you do your own research first. Right? Then through there, then you can make better informed decisions. Okay? Anyway, now information is so readily available. Just one click of the button, you can find most of the information in a sense, really. Then the last one is really very simple.
You should seek help if you need it.
Yes.
Don't be be embarrassed or anything. These kind of things, right? If you can actually get it sorted out, it's always best. Then you can either go through those kind of debt servicing organizations, they are professionals, or if you are uncomfortable, you can always seek help from your government.
So when we talk about seeking help from governments, what we are trying to say is you can actually go to some community center. They have those like counselors, that can help you with financial aid. Means they are going to give you practical steps to guide you in terms of your finances also. Or I mean, if you watch this video, you can always DM us, then we can have a chat, or we can direct you to the right people. So at the end of this sharing, right, what we hope that you can always support us in our journey. So do like, share the video, subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell, because when you do this, it actually encourages us, and it makes us want to do more and contribute more back. And if you can leave a comment below, and encourages us, we'll be happy to do so. We're happy and we are thankful that you can do that for us. So hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.